It's Oscar time, the season for hard-hitting, really uncomfortable dramas. So 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri is directed by Martin McDonough and it stars Frances McDormand. About 6 or 7 months before the movie starts, Frances McDormand's daughter is raped and killed by this guy. They don't know who the guy is, the police hasn't been able to do anything about it. And since she hasn't really gotten any answers, Frances McDormand puts up these 3 giant billboards to get the police's attention, basically calling them out for not doing their job. That really stirs up the town, because it's a small town and everybody knows everyone in it. And the town is full of people where everybody in this movie is a horrible person. And that was a big problem for me going into this movie. Going into the positives first, the movie is well shot, the movie's well acted, this is going to get nominated for a bunch of Oscars. Like Frances McDormand's character, the main character of this movie, you're supposed to be rooting for her. From her second scene in the movie, I hated her character and it never got better. I get it though, because her character in this movie, she's had it. She's been through this for the last couple months, she's tired of not getting any answers, she's really frustrated and that can eat away at a lot of people. But there's even flashbacks of her with her daughter and she treats her daughter like crap. Granted, her daughter was kind of a terrible person too. But you know how in the last couple Hunger Games movies, Katniss was really fed up and really moody and we were all like, oh, it's Jennifer Lawrence phoning it in. I was kind of okay with it because you see the journey that Katniss goes on through the other movies and you're like, yeah, she has had it. This is kind of like that, except you don't get the first couple Hunger Games movies to kind of empathize with Katniss. And speaking of Hunger Games characters in this movie, Woody Harrelson's in this movie and Woody Harrelson does a good job. He's the sheriff of the movie, but he's not really a villain, and there was a lot of times in this movie he was actually the one where I was like, oh, he's not a terrible person. And then he does some stupid stuff and I'm like, okay, now I can't root for you either. And I'm not against conflict in my main characters, because main characters are supposed to be flawed. Because we as humans are flawed, then you're able to project yourself into those main characters. But there's supposed to be a balance. Think back to War of the Planet of the Apes. Caesar does a couple things in that movie that I think are terrible things. But for one, they're at war, and two, you've seen Caesar progress through the other movies. The nicest character in this movie is Peter Dinklage, but he's not in the movie that much, and everyone in the movie just hates on him because he's a dwarf, and this is kind of the South. Is Missouri considered the South? They act like the South. Best character in the movie, hands down, though, was Sam Rockwell, but the problem is that through the majority of this movie, Sam Rockwell is, if everyone in this town is horrible, he is the worst of the worst. No spoilers, but he does have this arc near the end of the movie that I did like. But the thing is, I go to the movies to be entertained, I go to the movies to have fun, and you can have fun with dark dramas. Even a movie like Hacksaw Ridge with all that blood and gore, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri does not have that. But the characters were all terrible people, and through the majority of the movie, I was just waiting for the League of Shadows from Batman Begins to come in here and tear gas the whole city. So a good movie, but it's not for me. If you guys have seen 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, let me know what you think of it down in the comments. And thank you so much for watching this video. If you guys liked it, you can click subscribe and check out some of my other videos, and I'll catch you guys next time.